No matter what the situation is, there's nothing that God can't redeem for yourself, and there's nothing that God can't use to help others. My name is Krystal Gonzalez. I work at Pregnancy Help for You. I've got a lot of different roles there. One that is most dear to my heart is I'm a client advocate there. I see clients of all different ages, all different walks of life that come in an unplanned pregnancy or a planned pregnancy, and I just kind of get to walk with them, alongside of them through that journey. And it's so dear to my heart because I went through a very similar situation. I was 17 when I was pregnant for the first time, something that none of us were expecting. I started running towards people that accepted me for who I was, and a lot of times that ended me up in the wrong situation, doing the wrong things, but that was all under the shadows. Really, my family didn't know, and when they found out, they were extremely mad, extremely disappointed, which, you know, that's understandable. But then they hit me with, "You have to have an abortion and you don't have a choice." That just blindsided me because there wasn't the values that I was raised up with. And as bad as the situation was, being pregnant at 17, it wasn't something that I felt in my heart that I could go through with, that I could do. I sat and talked with the people. Every time that I verbalized the words, "I need to find out about an abortion," and every time I verbalized those words, it just hurt my heart. Then they gave me a sonogram. And in the sonogram, they found that I was about 13 weeks along. She started jumping in the sonogram. She was jumping from one part of the screen to the other. And in that moment, I knew, who am I to say that she doesn't have a purpose and that she doesn't have a right to live? I knew I had to go home and I had to tell them that I couldn't do it, that I was gonna have to figure out another way, but I knew that I couldn't have an abortion. That pregnancy center that I went to, they told me, "Whatever resources that you need, we're gonna help you find." And so that really just gave me the confidence that I needed to remember that God was in control. You know, I didn't have to go against my heart, that even though I couldn't see how all of the pieces were going to lay themselves out, and I was able to get everything that I needed. There wasn't anything that my daughter had to go without. There's not anything that I had to go without. I have her today, and she's 19 years old and in college and going to do great things, wanting to be a pediatric oncologist. So that life I was trying to be forced to end all those years ago is now on her way to go and save other lives. Just to remember that no matter what situation you're in, it could be similar to mine, it could be completely different than mine, but what was meant to harm us, He uses for good. And to always remember that no matter what the situation is, there's nothing that God can't redeem for yourself, and there's nothing that God can't use to help others. One of my favorite verses, it just describes my whole life. "You meant to harm me, but God meant it for good." Genesis 50:20.